All right. So hear me out. Last night, I got to talk to Sir Wilkins of the Jobber Tears podcast, and we talked heavily about how wrestling influenced our lives and just wrestling in general, because that's what we like. That's what we enjoy. He loves it. I like it. But I went to bed last night with wrestling on the brain. So when I awoke this morning, it was just there to the forefront. Besides the season finale of WandaVision. But this thought instantly walked into my mind, as I awoke this morning. So anybody who has heard me speak of Roman Reigns and Wrestlemania on the Wrestling is Trash podcast, cheap plug, ask anybody who I've talked to personally about professional wrestling and Roman Reigns in regards. I've always wanted this big, grandiose entrance with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The one that first originally popped into my mind, it kind of doesn't make sense because he's, Samoan or of that lineage. Since he was Roman, the Roman Empire or whatever, that's the gimmick he was using at the time. I wanted him to come out in like Spartan gear, just fucking big ass shield and a spear and shit and just like the whole garb and everything. That was an idea that I had for Roman Reigns to make a grand freaking WrestleMania entrance. But, that's besides the point. But now, currently, I'm putting this out into the universe as I did with that idea that I just revealed to you about what the thought that came to my head this morning as I awoke. So what I see, Roman's the head of the table, all this stuff, he's the tribal chief. So my vision was, it is a variation of different ones and everything, but the overall arcing thing is scene goes black or whatever. I mean, they can play with the music however they want it. I don't know if they want to use his current theme or just kind of have like some tribal drums or stuff, kind of like how the Usos entrance used to be, kind of a setup like that, have some dancers come out, maybe do the haka and all that stuff or whatever. And, the lights are out, spotlights come on. I'm throwing the dancers in there now because like this is another element that sounds pretty cool. The lights go out, spotlights come on, they shine down on the dancers and everything. They're doing stuff. They're doing the things on the stage and everything. And then, boom, they pause. The lights go down on them. Spotlight comes down on the stage. And it's just like this throne, like a wicker throne or something like this. Maybe we can do some research on, Samoan culture and Islanders and all that stuff. Maybe they had some type of throne or whatever. I don't know. This is coming off the top of the dome right now. So just this big throne in the middle of the rampway there. And Roman is sitting there. And he can have his beads or whatever, like his father and them gave to him when they won that match and everything. Or, I mean, we can go many variations with the freaking his gear that he would wear for this WrestleMania. But, I see the beads around the neck and everything. Maybe some type of crown, maybe not. Some kind of tribal dress and everything. Because, I mean, if you go back to his FCW days or whatever, he did wear something similar to that. Maybe we see the trunks for this occasion to kind of fit the garb and everything. But, I mean, if you get shirtless Roman with his black pants and boots, with the neck dress and everything, maybe a crown, or without, the beads have to do, or some kind of dressing here. And he sits at the throne, and then either they can do this various ways. They can do that ADR thing or whatever, where like around the throne or whatever, kind of like in a semicircle and whatnot, kind of like a table, because Roman's sitting at the head in the throne. And they can have pictures of the famous Samoans of professional wrestling. And we can have Roman sitting in the chair. Some people might think that's sacrilege or whatever, but this is a dream. This is a scenario. This is make-believe. So that's just like one of the things there. Or they can have, a table there, semicircle, like I was saying, and it's split in the middle. Roman's there in the throne, and a physical table is there, and you have members of the Samoan family sitting there on stage at the table. You know, his father, Rikishi, you know, some of the other ones. They're just sitting there at the table. And Roman is there on the throne and everything at the top of the ramp. And I think that would be fucking cool. And so that's some kind of ways they can kind of pull that off and anything like that. Or they can just do him in the chair and everything. And, you know, they have screens around him. And on the screens, they show different Samoan figures in professional wrestling and whatnot. And Roman sits there in the chair. You know, he gets up, walks to the center and everything. And I think it would be a great touch if, which one is injured, Jimmy or Jay, whatever the fuck. They twins. I get them mixed up. If they were both there flanking the chairs or whatever, like his armed guard, his security and shit, his hitmen or whatever. Paul could be there if Jay is not there, but I kind of think it would take away from the aesthetic of what we were trying to say. Or maybe even after the fact, you know, they do the presentation, they present all these Samoan figures in professional wrestling, and, you know, all the lights come on, Roman gets up out of the chair, then Heyman comes out of the background with the title. That would be fucking dope. I mean, this is just, it came to me in a dream, you know, it came to me in the morning time when the sun hit my face and I was like, wrestling. So, you know, in many ways, thank you to Sir Wilkins for the inspiration last night, you know, getting to talk to you and everything and talking about the Jobber Tears podcast. And man, you know, I don't do shit like this. I don't set the camera up. I don't put the lighting on and everything to sit here and talk about thoughts. But, you know, I felt compelled and it's fucking great. It's wrestling.